Right, so one of the first things I wanted to do today is prune the goji berry. But before I do that, I had to look at these secateurs and they're just rusty and knackered. But they are quite old. They were my mum's. And she had them for as long as I can remember. So the first thing I've done is took some of the rust off with just some, I think it's 120 sandpaper. Yep, 120. And now I'm just using this diamond stone, working through the grits, starting off with the coarsest, going to the finest, to put an edge on the blade. But I think one thing that people might not know is, as well as sharpening this side, you also have to flatten this side. Okie dokes. And there you go, top tip. Right, there we go, so I've got that done. But what you'll find is every time you sharpen, right, obviously when I've flattened it off on this side, like that, I've took most of what's called a burr off, but you'll still be left with some bits. So there's two ways you can get rid of that, right, and that's either with a steel, I think that's what they called it anyway, or with a piece of leather. So I'm just going to use that for now. Right, so I've just done that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe all the bits of rust dust off, and I'm going to put some 3-in-1 oil on just to help keep it lubricated, because when it gets rusty it tends to stick and it's really hard to use. So I'll get that done and get it all put back together and go prune the goji. Right, there we go, all back together. See if it'll cut the paper. Yes. So it should, in theory, go through the branches much nicer now, so let's go do that. Right, so the goji berry. So this is a reasonably young plant, and from what I've read, you only want to prune back any dead bits, stuff like that. I can see there's new growth on here and on this, but there isn't on some of these little branches down here, so we'll get them off. I think I'll take these off because they'll overcrouch on that one, and I want all the stems to go up mainly rather than out, which is the same what I'm trying to do on the red currant there. So we'll get these ones off, and yes, they're nice and sharp, that's good. That one off there. And that's it. That's all they need. Trimmed for shape and cut off any dead bits, which there wasn't a lot of, so we leave that one at that. Take that one off there because that's going sideways. That little over there. That's it. Goji berry. That's done. Now we'll turn around and we'll do the blueberry. And all I'm going to do with this blueberry is again just take any dead bits, because now it's budding, I can see exactly what's not going to have growth and what is. So right there, take that. Yeah, nice and sharp. This one here, and that one. There's growth on that one. Not on there. In fact, I've just snapped off. There. That. That one. Get rid of that. And everything else looks fine. The gooseberry I'm not going to touch. That was just put in last year. That came from that old allotment, and hopefully we'll get some fruit off it this year. And I'll probably trim it next year. I think there's anything else to do fruit wise at the minute. So the next thing I'm going to do today is I want to make some biochar. Now I've done a video on BioChar previously when I was uploading my videos on my husband's channel. But I'm going to do another one today for this channel. Right. Before I forget as well, obviously I didn't film doing this properly, but if anybody is interested and wants us to show you how I do it, then just leave us a comment below in the comments. Right, so I want you to do a bit googling, have a look into BioChar for yourself. But basically what we're doing is making our own homemade slow release fertiliser. Right. And what you need is some charcoal, like so. Ben's brother Lat makes this for us. Right. I'll try and get a video of him actually doing it one day. So you need charcoal, you need a mask because you don't want to be breathing in the dust when you start smashing this up. Probably some goggles as well. Right. A way to smash the charcoal up, and then you need fertilisers to add to the charcoal, because if you smash this up, right, and you just added it to the soil, what would happen is the charcoal would soak up all the nutrients out of the soil. So what you do is you charge it, right, with all the nutrients that you want in there. You leave it soaking for a bit, and then what you end up with is a rich fertiliser liquid, because you add water at the end, and you also have a slow release fertiliser in the form of the small granules of the charcoal. So we'll get cracking with that now. You also need a lid or a way to cover your bucket to stop anything else going in it. Right, so I've got that one full now. So I'm going to put it back into that one, and we're going to start adding the fertilisers. Right. So you can basically put anything you want into this. I haven't got any horse manure at the minute, but what I have got is a Go Organic, which is basically dried and crushed horse manure. Some of that. 2 scoops of that. I've got some fish blood and bone. 1 scoop of that. I've got some Gromo. 1 scoop of that. And I've got some chicken manure pellets. Two of them. some bone meal up. Scoop of that. Some calcified seaweed. Get some more of that. Scoop of that. Sulfate of ammonia. One scoop of that. I've got some Epsom salt. Some of them in. Scoop of that. And I've got some potash. Scoop of that. Right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid on and give it a good shake so it all gets mixed up. And then we're going to cover it with water. Then I'm going to put the lid on and we're going to leave it for 2 weeks so that the charcoal soaks up all the nutrients we've just added in there. And just to point out, I'm going to use rainwater, not tap water, because rainwater is full of chemicals that we don't want in next to the plants. So I'm going to go get some of that. Right, rainwater. Need to get some more. Well, the charcoal is just floating up now, so that'll do. So, right. So now we need to cover it, leave it for 2 weeks, but every now and again I'll come out and give it a shake, make sure everything's well mixed. And then in 2 weeks' time we'll come back, and what we'll be doing is we'll be straining the liquid away from the charcoal. So you get a twofer with this. Covered. There we go. Like I say, we'll come back again in 2 weeks and we'll do the next bit. Just before I forget as well, I'm going to do a test with the Bio-Char this year. I'm going to do an experiment with the potatoes. So half of my potatoes are going to have Bio-Char in them and half aren't. And we're going to see exactly if it works or if it doesn't, basically. So for each potato I'm growing, me first earlies, me second earlies, me main crop, etc. Each type will be half and half with Bio-Char, and we'll see what the results are of that. Should be interesting.